Morning to one and all. This is Polam Naresh from DVR Academy, Nellore. I already told you that DVR Academy is very familiar institute for IIT, JEE and NEET. So actually in previous session, in previous video, we got clarity about 4 named reactions which are important for IPE, for senior enter. So today I would like to deal another 4 named reactions. First one is I'm directly going into that one. First one is the coal-based reaction. So what already I told you that first of all you give the statement, then any important point, and then you go for the reaction. So coal-based reaction is nothing but the reaction of phenol, with carbon dioxide in presence of NaOH, to produce salicylic acid. Salicylic acid. That is the statement, Amma. Simple. So what are the important points here? Important points is that CO2 acts as neutral electrophile. CO2 acts as neutral electrophile and it attacks at ortho position in the phenol. Reaction. Phenol, this is what phenol, that is on reaction with NaOH. Initially you will get sodium phenoxide. It will be the minus and Na plus. This is the sodium phenoxide. The sodium phenoxide on reaction with carbon dioxide, this is the neutral electrophile. What already we wrote that. Neutral electrophile. So that will produce H and C double bond O minus. C double bond O minus. This undergoes tautomerization and will produce phenol and carboxylate, C double bond O minus. This is followed by hydrolysis that will produce you OH, C double bond OH. This is called salicylic acid. And at the same time, it will release one OH minus from water. Oxygen H plus తీసుకుంటుందమ్మా, OH minus వదిలేస్తుంది. అంటే ఇక్కడ OH minus అనేది ఏంటి? క్యాటలిస్ట్. మనం ఫస్ట్ స్టెప్ లో యూజ్ చేసుకున్నాం, ఫైనల్ గా వదిలేసాం. అండ్ ఈ సాలిసిలిక్ యాసిడ్ ఇంకో నేమ్ ఏంటంటే ఆర్థోహైడ్రాక్సీ బెంజోయిక్ యాసిడ్. ఇనఫ్. సో కొంచెం ఎఫెక్టివ్ గా ఉండడం కోసం ఇక్కడ టాటోమెరిజం యాడ్ చేయండి. టాటోమెరిజం. రైట్. క్లియర్ గా మనకు రావాల్సిన మార్క్స్ మనకు వచ్చేస్తాయి. 4 మార్క్స్ కి ఇచ్చాడా? చాలు. 8 మార్క్స్ కి ఇస్తే 4 క్వశ్చన్స్ కాంబినేషన్ లో ఇస్తాడు కాబట్టి మనకు ఫుల్ మార్క్స్ వచ్చేస్తాయి ఇక్కడ. ఓకే. Now, second reaction I would like to deal is the aldol reaction or aldol condensation. The reaction between two aldehydes or two ketones. Two aldehydes or two ketones, or one aldehyde and one ketone. One aldehyde and one ketone. With alpha hydrogen atoms. This is very, very important point. With alpha hydrogen atom in presence of a base in presence of a base. In presence of a base produce beta hydroxy aldehyde. Beta hydroxy aldehyde or beta hydroxy ketone. Beta hydroxy aldehyde or beta hydroxy ketone. That is called aldol. Then, what is the important point? Any important point here, the carbanion. I'm sorry. The carbanion is the reaction intermediate. The carbanion is the reaction intermediate. Then, for example, I am taking two molecules of acetaldehyde. This is called acetaldehyde plus another acetaldehyde in presence of a base, any OH minus, whatever it is. You know, worry about the what is the counter ion, Na plus or OH minus, K plus or OH minus, no issue. The only thing is we require base. So it will produce CH3, COHH, CH2, C double bond OH. So the carbon adjacent to C double bond O is the alpha carbon and next one is the beta carbon. Over the beta carbon you are having OH. Hence this is beta hydroxy aldehyde. Beta hydroxy aldehyde. It is called aldol. The same reaction will happen in between the two ketones also. CH3 C double bond O CH3. Namely this is the acetone. And another CH3 C double bond O CH3. The same scenario in presence of base. There we will get CH3 COH CH3 CH2 C double bond O CH3. Here also this is the carbonyl group. The adjacent carbon is alpha and the next carbon is beta. Same beta hydroxy ketone. Beta hydroxy ketone. Perhaps this may be called ketol. Ketol, not ketol, ketol. But overall గా వీటన్నిటిని ఆల్డాల్ కండెన్సేషన్ కింద చదివేస్తారమ్మా హెడ్డింగ్. ఓకే, enough. Next, within the aldol condensation, I would like to involve one subgroup, one small subgroup. That is the crossed aldol condensation. Crossed aldol condensation. The aldol condensation between an aldehyde and ketone. Previous reaction we have done in between aldehydes and in between ketones. Now we are taking an aldehyde and an ketone with alpha hydrogens. With alpha hydrogens. With alpha hydrogens. Same produce beta hydroxy ketone. Beta hydroxy ketone as the major product. As the major product. Statement and the important point in this one is aldehydes are more reactive towards nucleophilic addition. Towards nucleophilic addition than ketones. So therefore, CH3 C double bond O CH3, namely this is the acetone, plus CH3 C double bond OH, namely this is the aldehyde. That in presence of the base, there we will get CH3 COHH CH2 C double bond O CH3 అమ్మ. This is beta hydroxy ketone produced by the combination of aldehyde and ketone. Okay na? This is what crossed aldol condensation. Right amma. Next, third reaction is haloform reaction. Haloform reaction. The reaction of aldehyde or ketone having alpha methyl unit, having alpha methyl group and alpha methyl group with halogens, especially chlorine, bromine, and iodine in presence of a base, produce haloform. So what are haloform? First of all, CHCl3, namely this is the chloroform. CHBr3, bromoform. CHI3, iodoform. This iodoform is very important, hence it will produce yellow color solid. Remaining two are liquids in and around. Generally, fluorine will not form fluoroform. Right. Important point, amma. The alpha hydrogens means which alpha hydrogens? Those hydrogens which are present in alpha methyl group. The alpha hydrogens will be replaced by halogen atoms. By electrophilic substitution. So therefore, for example, mano acetaldehyde తీసుకుంటున్నాం. CH3 C double bond OH. ఇది కార్బనైల్ గ్రూప్ కదా, అంటే ఆల్డిహైడ్ గ్రూప్. దీని పక్కన ఉన్న కార్బన్ ఆల్ఫా కార్బన్ దగ్గర ఉన్న హైడ్రోజన్స్ ఆల్ఫా హైడ్రోజన్స్. దీస్ ఆన్ రియాక్షన్ విత్ 3 moles of I2 అనుకోండి, 3 moles of I2 in presence of NaOH. We will get, very important amma, we will get sodium formate, HC double bond O minus and Na plus CHI3, iodoform, plus 3NaI minus. Here we will take 3NaOH, no problem. 3NaI plus few water molecules. This is the clear-cut equation. Next one. If ketone is there, CH3 C double bond O CH3, that is on reaction with 3I2 in presence of 3NaOH. Here we will get sodium acetate plus iodoform plus sodium iodide plus water. The only requirement is this type of group should be there. ఇలాంటి గ్రూప్ ఒకటి ఉండాలమ్మా. CH3 C double bond O కి అటాచ్ అయ్యి ఒక కంప్లీట్ CH3 ఉండాలి. అలా ఉన్నప్పుడు యూ విల్ గెట్ ద హాలోఫార్మ్ రియాక్షన్. అక్కడ హాలోఫార్మ్ రియాక్షన్ జరుగుతుంది, బేస్ హాలోజన్స్ యూజ్ చేస్తే. ఓకేనా? అండ్ ఫైనల్లీ Hoffman bromamide rearrangement. Hoffman bromide rearrangement అనొచ్చమ్మా. Sometimes Hoffman bromamide degradation అనొచ్చు. No problem. ఏదైనా ఒకటే క్వశ్చన్. Actually, statement primary amides have been converted. Primary amines have been converted into primary amines. With less than one carbon. On reaction with sodium hypobromite. Sodium hypobromite means NaOBr. Important point is nitrine is the intermediate. We are having various reaction intermediates. Nitrine is the intermediate in this rearrangement reaction. So what are the various intermediates we are having? Manakunna reactive intermediates enti? Carbocation, carbanion, carbon free radical, carbene, nitrine. So these are the intermediates. Adi produce avutundamma ikkada. Nitrine is the intermediate in this rearrangement reaction. Okay. Therefore, CH3 C double bond O NH2. This is what? Primary amide. Namely, this is the acetamide. This is on reaction with NaOH plus Br2. We will get CH3NH2 amma. This is the primary amine. Plus definitely it will produce some amount of sodium bromide plus and some sort of Na2CO3 also. Sodium carbonate kuda produce avutundi. Ilanti examples you can take so many. For example, benzamide తీసుకున్నారనుకోండమ్మా. C double bond O NH2. Namely, this is the benzamide. This is also on reaction with NaOH plus Br2. There you will get aniline. It's a simple rearrangement. ఏం జరుగుతుందో చూడండి. ఈ CH3 గ్రూపు వచ్చి ఈ నైట్రోజన్ కి అటాచ్ అవుతుంది, CO బయటకు వెళ్ళిపోతుంది. ఇక్కడ కూడా అంతే, ఈ ఫినైల్ రింగ్ వచ్చి NH2 కి అటాచ్ అవుతుంది, ఈ CO యూనిట్ బయటకు వెళ్ళిపోతుంది. ఇట్స్ రీఅరేంజ్మెంట్. సో aniline plus some amount of sodium bromide plus some sodium carbonate. హైడ్రోజన్స్ ఉన్నాయి కాబట్టి ప్లస్ వాటర్, ఇక్కడ కూడా ప్లస్ వాటర్ తీసుకోండి. దట్స్ ఇట్. సో దీస్ ఆర్ ద వెరీ షార్ట్ రియాక్షన్స్. చాలా యూస్ఫుల్ అవుతాయమ్మా అందరికి. ఈ వీడియోస్ మీకు బాగా యూటిలైజ్ అవుతాయి, జాగ్రత్తగా చూసుకోండి. ఈ కంటెంట్ కనుక మీకు బాగా యూస్ఫుల్ అవుతుందని మీరు ఫీల్ అయితే దీన్ని లైక్ చేయండి, షేర్ చేయండి, సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చేయండి. థ్యాంక్ యూ వెరీ మచ్. నెక్స్ట్ వీడియోలో ఇంకొక 8 మార్క్స్ క్వశ్చన్తో we will come into you. So signing off, this is Naresh from DVR Academy. Thank you.